Hello, pizza. I'm going to eat you. Do
Yum,
you
yum,
want
yum.
me
Check,
to eat
check.
you?
101 part-time jobs. What does that word mean to you? What does that phrase mean to you?
Part-time or 101 part-time jobs?
Both of it.
101 part-time jobs. It makes me think of happy memories in the car listening to the podcast. 101 part-time jobs hosted by Giles Bidder, who's right here.
That's very nice.
When I think about part-time jobs, I get a sinking feeling inside and want to sit down and sort of look at the floor.
You've said it all, Josh.
I've never had a part-time job. I've only ever had a full-time job, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've had 2 part-time jobs at once, actually. So
Yeah, I think I've always been full-time, apart
good.
from when I was an ice cream man. But that was sort of summers between uni, do you know what I mean?
Is that because you're a trustworthy individual?
I'm going to answer. No, it's not. It's never because of that.
No. There's been no part where I was trustworthy in that job or outside of that job.
I've worked quite a few jobs with Ben, and one thing I will say is remarkable about it is how good Ben is at getting away with things. Like
That is
He's
so
a grifter.
true.
yeah, a real like sort of nightmare, really.
I remember like actually dossing and like sitting down, or what was it? I was having a cup of tea. We worked at this a cafe called the Creamery in Minehead, which has now unfortunately moved on. And I remember it was really busy, and I was having a cup of tea, and I was just walking around the kitchen, and the boss Anna, shout out Anna, told me off, and then started laughing and immediately apologised to me for telling me off. It's like, no, I'm doing nothing and you're paying me.
Everyone, it's really busy. Everyone else, they're running around. I'm like, Ben, what are you doing? He's like, I was having a cup of tea. Having his second lunch a lot of the time, and then the boss is just like, oh, it's fine. When I do it, she's like, get back to work.
Also in Manchester, I worked at a place called Coffee Pot, which is still open, and it's great, and you should go. I'd arrive like late all the time, and one day I arrived 40 minutes late, and the same thing happened. Can we swear?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to now. But anyway, the boss told me off.
Go on. The boss fucking told me off.
The boss, Ruddy, told me off damn hard, and afterwards apologised and brought me a bacon sandwich.
Is it an energy thing?
I think
don't
it
know.
is. I think it's
Being kind
yeah.
energy.
I think you're a very likeable person.
When you're a likeable person, you can be a bit of a grifter.
Yeah, I think you can get away with stuff. I think you're quite likeable, quite.
I think my likeability's sort of dropped off as the years have gone off, though. So, like, you know, I don't know if I get away with stuff.
I remember when we did the ice cream together, the time
I love it.
smashing ice cream cones on each other.
please.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And,
Get away with smashing some ice
Yeah,
cream cones.
We didn't get away with that.
We didn't get away with it. But well, you should have got fired that weekend. Really,
Oh my God.
crashed the van, and then had like a wrestling match with our boss.
And accidentally spat into his mouth.
Yeah.
By accident.
He was not a very. He's quite a humorless guy as well. It wasn't like banter. It was like we all just stood around and was like, why are you doing this? Like, just wrestling our boss on the ground, and then for some reason got away with it.
Yeah.
Can you not see some foreshadowing there for Getdown services?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, massive need for attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm an only child. That's
Yeah.
the answer. That's the only possible outcome.
You are so likeable. I feel it's absolutely fine to compliment people to their faces. I think that's the best way to compliment someone.
I agree.
Or people. So much fun. There's so much community spirit in it. Wide awake
thank you,
just this
Giles.
Friday gone.
That's really nice
Thank you,
thing
mate.
to say.
Of course, you must know it. I mean, the amount of different types of looking people, different ages, different colour skin, different types of backgrounds,
Thank
just
you.
different folk.
Oh, that's great.
Really positive.
Yeah, it was really, and London is good for that. And it's not like us to compliment London.
No, that is
London
true,
is
yeah.
better for that than anywhere else. Like we go to a lot of places, and it's always more of a mix than I would have thought it would be. But London is like, yeah, you look out and there's like often there's like families and stuff. It's a really lovely thing.
Have you seen that happen more and more
Yeah.
in Getdown services?
Yeah.
Because it's the type of music it is. Like you said before, it's like bonga wonga music, wonga bonga, and like that is for everyone.
Yeah, I hope
There's
so.
no age discrimination
This
there.
is it. I think
you know?
like stupidity it speaks all languages.
Universal.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's universal.
Degrading yourself is a universal
Yeah.
language.
As long as there's like two people that are just like, what is going on there? Everyone can be like, at least we're not them. Do you know what I mean?
Something that happens more lately is people telling us and sending us videos of their like young kids really liking it. Like Dog Dribble's quite a hit with like infant kids, like babies.
Yeah.
And
Because they got their own dog
all
dribble.
good, mate. You can come up.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah,
They dribble, they can relate.
yeah, they dribble. They're sort of like dogs, really. They yeah. There's like this guy. When we were in Dublin, this guy showed us a video of this kid in the car, absolutely losing their shit to it, like a 1-year-old. It's like they're pretty tough critics normally.
They're hard
They
to impress.
Yeah, hard to impress. They like kids like Let It Go, and maybe they like Getdown Services as well. They like the Frozen soundtrack,
Yeah.
Minecraft, and Getdown Services.
You should speak with Aurora. She's incredible, the Norwegian singer.
Well,
She's on Frozen.
We did play with Aurora. Was it Leapalooza? Is that what it's called?
Oh, nice.
It was in Cornwall near Bude, and she was on, and it was sort of like the first festival we'd actually ever done. So we were sort of taking a piss a little bit. Like we had the wristbands on, and we were like, we could like totally just go backstage, and we did. And
there's no we in this bit. It was you. She was playing main stage, beautiful set, very like what's the word, sort of atmospheric, beautiful,
Ethereal.
Ethereal, yeah,
elegant. Like it was fantastic. And I was like, I just want to see the side of the stage, so I just like walked to the back of the stage and just stood there for a moment, just watched it. I wasn't going to do anything, obviously. I was just like, I just want to see what it's like from a big stage. And then it got removed. I didn't do anything.
Security, like, what are you doing? You're like, I don't know.
It's actually quite a disappointing story, that. So.
With these fun songs, they're all so good. The way I describe you to people as a sort of a first thing, I say it's a bit like Chaz and Dave.
Yeah,
I'll take that. Yeah,
more than happy.
Great musicians.
Great musicians and funny.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, obviously, we know they were like backing musicians for a lot of like stars and a lot of, they're like accomplished.
If a bit
Big Spurs fans.
maybe, but,
But as players, it's hard to. Can you play the guitar misogynistically? I guess you can. You definitely can. You can.
But have you found that? You write funny songs and they're good. I imagine doing this every day, doing it for a job,
Yeah.
being in the business, we can say it, side of things. Then maybe there are some days you're like, oh fuck, should we write like a serious song?
I think,
does that come?
I think we would actually really like to write a serious song, but we can't really. We can't do it well. It takes a certain level of talent and like depth of thought and like intellect that I don't think we really possess.
There's different ways of articulating how you feel, and I do think even the funny stuff there is like it does come from a more serious place a lot of the time. So yeah, we try and write more serious songs, but then we also started realising we're getting those serious emotions out by being silly a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds a lot of the time.
Also, I think when we write something, we have no idea if it's actually funny. Just because it's funny to us doesn't necessarily mean people are going to like it. And then when they do, it's like, great.
Yeah.
I guess that worked. I don't know.
It is like I've said it before, but it's quite a bubble when you're making
Yeah,
music.
it is.
Like when we're playing gigs and when we're out and about on the like that side of it, there's a lot of people and you get it's a more community kind of thing. But when we're making it, it feels quite detached from all that. So you don't really know how it's going to go down. You don't really know like if people will find it funny, or sometimes I've done stuff that I think is quite funny, but people have said like that's really beautiful. Or like the other way around, so you don't really know, to be honest.
I think things can be both.
Yeah.
And I think it's something I think a lot about as like someone getting into their mid-30s. I'm like, I don't want life to be. I've never even thought of life serious, and I've put myself down for being a silly goose.
Yeah.
But actually, being a silly goose is a fantastic vehicle.
Yeah. It's a way of life.
To get serious things out and to communicate.
Yeah, it really is. Like I think, growing up for us, it was probably a bit like that thing of like just being incapable of expressing how we feel. So doing it to avoid how we. Just making a joke of everything. Yeah. But we can talk about stuff now, and once you've got that, you can do both. You can actually express how you feel without humour. It means you can do it with humour better because you kind of have got a bit of a grasp on it. So it feels good.
Also, it feels a bit more inclusive. if I'm just going whinging about, you know, my situation, who am I to whinge really? But like, if you're doing it in a way that sort of like alleviates the sort of tension of it, I think that allows more people to get involved. Maybe.
I think it's a great introduction to kind of to feeling. Like there's depth to it,
so, yeah.
and there's great words. Primordial,
Primordial.
That was came from my mate Sam. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Primordial Slot Machine.
yeah.
Great record.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, nice. This is an example of what we were just saying of like when we made those songs. It was sort of like we were sort of just doing it for us, really. But like, Eat, Quiche, Sleep, Repeat came out. Chrysalis came out the other day, and
Tune.
it's sort of like that. We really like those songs, but it's like I thought people might be a bit like, I don't know. Really.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit too serious.
Yeah,
No,
but
and I think especially Chrysalis with the vibe of it
yeah.
does have a sort of quote unquote serious, but it's still if anything it's like gives more depth. It's more heart.
Thank you. Cheers, I really
to the
appreciate
con-
that.
to the-
really
That's
nice.
kind of what we were trying to do with this.
Yeah.
It's like I think we could have quite comfortably just carried on being like silly, just fully silly. But you want to change it up a bit. You want to try and do new things.
Yeah.
Try and add a layer of depth if you can. And I feel like sometimes we pulled it off. Sometimes maybe we haven't. I don't know.
I think if you set the bar at being
Excuse me.
stupid, you can bring yourself. You've got a bit more wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
If like, you know, we came in really sincere, earnest, and then just started doing really stupid stuff about poo and stuff. It's like,
What are you doing?
what's that about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine like Pavarotti did a song
Yeah,
about,
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
pissing his pants.
Yeah.
Imagine James Bay doing that.
Oh,
Well,
don't bring that guy up.
No, it's
You
not
take-
gonna happen, mate.
You're taking some pop chops.
Yeah. It's actually the first time we've taken direct full name shots at anyone. I think. So we've done Jamie
No,
Oliver,
No shots there.
No, you did Jamie
No
Oliver. You
James
also
Bay.
did the other chef, the
Rick Stein.
Rick Stein.
Yeah,
I had to look
true.
him up.
Actually, yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, James Bay. Well, actually, I'm not
Also,
that sorry.
George Ezra.
George Ezra. I feel a bit more like he's in that song. He comes under the firing line a bit more for no reason. I don't actually have I don't really like James Bay. I don't like the cut of his jib. George Ezra. I don't really have any strong feelings about. It's just funny.
I met him. He was quite nice. I met
Yeah,
him down the pub.
I've heard he's
We've
quite a
heard
nice
this,
guy.
actually.
Yeah,
Friendly.
So if he does ever come across it, and if he sees this, it's not personal, George. It's just funny to use you as a example.
One thing that I find really enjoyable about the music is that it introduces food in a very positive way, and in
Right, yeah.
you know, quiche is a fantastic.
It is, yeah.
My mum does a banging quiche.
Does she? What's her special one?
Just sort of, I don't ask.
Really, just
It's
anything.
good.
Whatever turns
Nice.
up.
It's just like cheese and bread. And,
Do you like it warm out the oven or cold?
She burns it.
Nice.
Yeah, she's always scared of undercooking it, so she burns it.
Fair
but
enough.
you can't really undercook omelette.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No, it's good food, quiche. It's universal. That's what I like about it. It's like it's not that I don't agree with much that King Charles has done, but when he
it was
became
the coronation, wasn't it?
it was coronation
Of course, yeah.
quiche, and the reasoning was like everyone can quiche is like fancy and not fancy as well.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
It's good for like across the classes, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Quiche Lorraine.
yeah, quiche Lorraine.
Or Lorraine on the TV.
It's nice you picked up on. We mentioned food a lot in a positive way because I think it's a really positive thing for both of us, and it's a big part of our lives. So I think the fact that it made its way into the music is quite. It's quite nice.
I agree.
Well, to say people have like an interesting relationship with food is an understatement.
Yeah, yeah.
People
yeah,
have been
totally.
called big forever.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, yeah.
awful.
It's really
Us
damaging.
included as well. It's like, you know, it's awful.
No
thing
one
to
wins
comment on.
in that game. It's like a really it's a net loss, I think. So if we can do anything to sort of send a more positive message out, even if it's unintentional, people do say it to us. They're like, it's nice that when we get our get our bodies out or whatever. I didn't really ever think that would happen, and it was definitely not like, oh, we want to be body positive or whatever. But if people take it like that, it's a really nice thing.
It's genuinely just because we're really hot.
Yeah.
So
What's your dream sandwich?
Cheese and pickle. Cheese and pickle, definitely. Like white bread, cheddar cheese, pickle, butter. It's maybe not the best sandwich, but it's my all-time sandwich. I've had tens of thousands of them.
yeah. To be honest, it changes day to day. I went veggie at the start of the year, but I think my all-time favourite sandwich is like mozzarella, cold meats, pesto.
Yes.
That sort of.
Yeah,
that
that's
sort
quite
of
German
vibe.
before
Do
the
you know what I
pesto.
mean? Yeah.
for that, like
Yeah, yeah.
like sort of cold
Cold
patter,
cuts.
cold cuts.
Yeah, that sort of thing. I think it just like hits a spot that is rarely matched.
That spot is all down your front.
All over here,
Yeah,
that spot.
He gets it all down his front.
Can't wear white. Can't wear a white t-shirt.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to say
I'll have
something
another
then.
slice of that.
Yeah, come on.
What about breakfast?
I can answer for Ben there.
Yeah.
Quite confidently. You love a full English. You cook breakfast. I've never seen. Like we said, we know each other a long time, and the excitement every time when a cooked breakfast is on the cards is like 100%.
But it's interesting because it's an excitement that's like also matched with fear. Because a cooked breakfast can go 50-50. It can make you feel like
Sorry, a bit closer.
prepared and ready for the day, or it can just like completely ruin it. Like that's it.
You need a nap.
You need a
Actually,
nap.
a full sleep.
And it's like I'm not having lunch. I'm not having dinner. Actually.
Honestly, I've seen it though. Like we've been sat around of a morning, and then someone will go, "Should we go for a brekkie?" And Ben's like, "Oh my god, yes, please."
Yeah. It's like
Or-
if you're in bed, you're lying there, especially if it's like you've had a couple of drinks the night before and you're just like, I just don't. And then someone goes, let's have a brekkie. It's like, I'm already got my socks on. Come on.
Also, something else I say about Ben with breakfast is the precision with which he eats is like unmatched. I've never like the kind of, especially because I'm quite a messy eater. I grew up vegetarian. You don't really have to cut anything up when you it's just you just mush it up and stick it in. So I don't really. And I'm hold my knife and fork the wrong way around and stuff. Ben and your mum and dad as well. It's like all the things stacked up on the fork, evenly
I
sized.
don't know why you're bringing my mum and dad into it.
Well, because that was clearly where you got it from.
Maybe.
It's not
Do you
not a criticism. It's anything but.
You'll make a dam with like the sausage against the beans and where you get like, almost like a sort of like a kebab skewer stick
Yeah.
of everything on it.
Yeah.
Every item on
Yeah,
it.
is that what you mean?
That's what I mean. Just
Quite
like
impressive.
I think it's so natural to you. You don't even realise
Yeah.
that it's like.
Yeah. I think I've seen a lot of videos of Americans eating English breakfast, and they go, and now for the beans, and they try some beans. That's the third time. Do you want to just stand here?
He wants to be in.
You can. He's welcome.
They go like have one bit of everything at a time. It's like you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, and I'm angry.
Shove it in.
Get it all on one.
Well, the bean juice really makes it slide down the esophagus.
You don't need ketchup. You don't need brown sauce. You've got an egg. You've got beans.
Tell you what does a banging full English in South East London is this new venue, Avalon, sort of a DIY independent venue. Go there if you're ever
Nice.
in South East London. But I don't think that's too much of a segue to mention independent venues.
Yeah, of
I think
course.
it's worth mentioning
Yeah,
in
mate.
every conversation about music.
100%.
That like however many. Oh, you got a little bit.
Go on, clean me, Giles. All gone?
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
many independent venues are just closing every week.
Yeah.
But that's where the best nights,
It's true.
days,
Yeah,
times of our lives are.
100%. Yeah.
We talk about it quite a lot. We talk about it quite a lot about bands that bang on about supporting independent venues, and then we'll do a tour of basically exclusively O2 academies or whatever. It's like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, it's hard because like I feel like some bands have less say about where they play, but we're quite lucky where we kind of. Our booking agent Duncan is pretty on board with trying to keep it as independent as possible forever, and our label and our manager, it's all very small and it's all very like there's no major thing at all, so we don't have to. We can stay away from them. The only time we've played in bigger venues like that are when we're doing support slots, to my knowledge, and it's not just that they're kind of these bigger venues are morally a problem. They're not as good. The gigs aren't as good. The sound
Too much
isn't as
metal
good.
and glass.
Yeah, too much metal and glass, and they just often feel like nightclubs, and not good nightclubs either, like crap nightclubs that you go to when you're like 18. I think if you can avoid them as a band, it's a good idea to, if you can, and we can largely, so it's quite lucky really.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's luck in it, really.
Yeah.
We managed to sort of find someone that agrees with us on that. So
That's the strength of being independent.
Yeah, exactly, and you know we are independent.
Also, not only is the sound band
Okay.
there.
It's just a bit of road rage.
Got a few friends. Friends or enemies.
Not only is the sound bad there, but like the vibes are shit. Like in the dressing room, it's like big lights on, posters everywhere. There was one in Birmingham, and it was like, please do not torrent or stream anything on our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay. Yeah.
It's all very like rules.
It's like, why is there rules everywhere?
Yeah. So you know what to do as bands. I feel like as audiences, as people go into gigs, we're learning more and more kind of every day. Like, oh, this is why you should support independent venues, and also this is why you should buy LPs and buy T-shirts. There is a positive side to it, where you're like, forget about the rubbish.
Yeah.
Focus on the good.
Make
Make that your life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, build your life around it if you can.
Yeah,
and
totally. And normally it's cheaper. Like, you're not paying like £8-9 a pint.
Yeah. It's just, it can be hard because the reason those kind of mid to bigger size venues are normally not independent because they're really expensive to run. So it can be difficult if you're a certain size band trying to play to play in venues that accommodate people well enough. It can be hard to find independent ones. So I do, it's easy for us to be like, everyone should just be independent all the time, but it's a bigger, more structural problem than that sometimes. But it definitely is a good idea to just go as independent as much as you can.
We're all involved, and we can all make inroads.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. It does go a long way because there's so little money in it. Everything goes a really long way.
Hey, lovely to chat, Josh and Ben.
No, pleasure, mate. Thanks for the pizza as well.
Thank you that was delicious.
Yeah.
I've got one more question.
Go on.
It's more of a request.
Yeah.
Will, who's behind the camera, and we're in a wedding band for our friend's anniversary. It's going to be their 10th wedding anniversary, and we were in the wedding band for the actual wedding 10 years ago. And I found it really hard to learn the songs on my crappy Epiphone. Yeah. So I just bought myself a Flying V.
Nice.
For a few £100.
What colour?
Myself. Sort of natural Tim Wheeler.
Ooh.
Natural.
Tim Wheeler.
From Ash.
Yeah.
He's got like also Bob Mould has one. It's like a dark wooden Flying V. I'm really looking up for opportunities to just shred it. Yeah. And I would love to join you on stage.
Oh, mate.
Not tonight necessarily, but just at some point in the future.
I mean, if you've got the Flying V tonight, we could make it happen. Well, but if not tonight, 100%.
We could absolutely make that happen.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. I'd love that. Yeah.
Encourage it, if anything.
We could edit this into the next edit in 6 months' time, and it's...
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. If that's all right, I'd love to do that.
Yeah. So what does Will play?
Will plays guitar. Well, he plays a bit of everything. He's one of his parents play piano.
Okay.
So you'd go around our gardens backed onto each other, and I'd go around his for tea all the time. His place was the first place I saw bread that you needed to cut yourself.
Oh yeah.
And also brie. Yeah. So Will really introduced me to a lot of things.
That's a world of...
That's a bit like you and me, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd never had a cheese board till Ben's house.
Yeah.
But he plays piano seriously well.
Nice.
Like, he'll just like tinkle the ivories and your mind will be blown, and he's like, what?
Nice.
So he's kind of the band leader, aren't you, Will? He gets upset when I don't rehearse. I don't practice at home.
All right, then. Flying V now, then.
Yeah, exactly.
Flying V. All right, see you at the gig then.
Yeah, pleasure.
Cheers, Charles.
Cheers for watching. This is 101 Part-Time Jobs. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all podcast apps. We've done interviews with Aurora, Kneecap, Idols, Lauren Maybury of Churches, and loads more. So tap into 101 Part-Time Jobs on Spotify, Apple, and all podcast apps.